Cheers.
Hey.
Good seeing you guys.
Cheers.
Always love hanging out with you. Oh, take a swig of that.
To those that made it.
Wait, grab the gorilla cam.
To those that...
Put the gorilla up for Carl. Oh, very nice. Very good.
Tastes good, man.
Bargo. It's Slow. Gentleman Jack, one of our sponsors tonight. Along with, can you guess? Could that be why?
Do you dare guess?
But anyways, I think, Alec, the honors are yours.
Yo! Welcome to Off the Record Reviews, where we review everything from the mainstream to the obscure. I'm Alec.
Hey, I'm David.
Carl.
And today we are reviewing Subsume by Cloudkicker, Ben Sharp, the man, the myth, the legend.
Ben Shapiro.
Now, hypothetically,
If you were a naughty girl.
hypothetically, let's say we just got an ad on our YouTube video.
This is the shit I live for.
It's a long one.
Do you want to?
It's a long one.
Later that same evening.
Cheers, boys.
Oh yeah, cheers. That's right.
Cheers.
Thanks for picking this album.
Take two.
Carl, you gonna take a swig?
Yeah.
Yeah, get the gorilla cam on Carl. My man's taking a swiggy.
Whatever, bro. You know, like.
Swiggy with his
Got nothing to live
friends. You just say you have nothing to live for?
for. Yeah, bro.
It's too honest, man. We're on YouTube.
Like, get your man some help.
One eternity later.
Yo, what is up? Welcome to the show, Off the Record Reviews, where we review everything from the mainstream to the obscure. And we're in this thing. Cloudkicker, Subsume. It's happening. I'm
We
Alec.
get fucking drunk.
I'm David.
Carl, we get drunk.
He's Zach.
And this song just kind of pops up in my head sometimes. I don't know if you guys have those types of songs too.
Absolutely.
Where it's just like, alright, I'm singing that melody right now, just for like no reason. So,
Well, I had that happen to me just the other day. We were talking about like, I was on Twitter and I saw this video that compiled like a bunch of like flash images of like your nostalgia from the late 90s, early 2000s. And it was set to the song that I hadn't heard in like a long time. It was the song, it was like, days go by and I think about
you.
that old electronic dance music
Days
song.
Go By Dirty Vegas.
Dirty Vegas, yes. And I have forgotten all about that song, and that song really does take me back.
It's a good one. It's this song, like you were saying, sometimes gets kind of stuck in my head because it's, if I'm not mistaken, sampled an Eminem song.
Yeah.
It's Stan, right?
Stan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good song. But other than that, yeah, this is like a classic thing that we would hear all the time when you were growing up between like late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, I feel like this is one of those songs, like, just riding in the back of a car, back of my parents' car, you know, just with the radio on in the 90s, just one of those kind of songs.
I just think of Cisco Thong Song.
That's riding the bus to middle school.
Well, riding the back seat of my parents' car back from something. That's a vibe for me. It's more like riding the back seat of my parents' car back from Disney is like, no doubt, simple kind of life.
Yeah,
That's like a real vibe for me. But what was the story? There was like an old scandal with Dido in like a bathroom. Do you remember that?
Actually, I do not remember, actually, to be honest with you.
That's going to be a Wikipedia citation. That's going to be
gonna
like
be right
that's going to be the
right
plug.
here, right there.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say, you brought up Dirty Vegas, you brought up
Days
Days
Go
Go
By,
By, and you were saying about songs get stuck in your head and like old school music. There used to be a radio station, you know, we're South Florida based. There used to be a techno station.
Yes.
And I would just listen to that to fall asleep sometimes. And I would hear Kerncraft, Zombie Nation, you know, Blue, Dabba Dee Dabba Die by Eiffel 65.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, just like on loop.
Dude, I would pay for a station like that nowadays.
That would rule, dude.
That's I totally like. I thought to myself, I every now and then I think about that station. I don't remember the call signal or the call sign, but I think it was like a dream. I think it was a dream because I remember I used to listen to that radio station.
It's like the Mandela
like
effect.
in my bed or like when I was like working out when I was like a kid, and I'd listen to that station. I was like, fuck yeah, this is good like electronic dance music. And there's like, you can't find a station like that, like a terrestrial radio station like that, at all now. If you're not paying attention, or you're paying attention, but you're not here with us in the room right now, we're listening to an advertisement on YouTube. Because the playlist that we're listening to the music on is a YouTube playlist, and they play ads. And they do not stop. They do not cease. We cannot skip this ad.
Man,
and so
this guy said he was working out when he was a kid. The only thing I worked out was this. When I was like 11 or 12.
look, bro, listen, my parents had an elliptical machine. I worked out on that when I was like 13, 14.
True. I could see that. I
I
could
worked out these nuts.
Yeah.
And I haven't worked out since.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
true. It fucked you up for life.
Hey, we're back. Sorry about that. We just, the YouTube ads are getting so vicious, they don't even have a skip option.
Thank you, Susan.
Fuck you, George Soros.
But just so we can, ramble, I'll just get this out of the way. We're listening right now to Rusty Nails by Moderat. It's actually a German electronic group from Berlin. It's composed of Sasha Ring, who is Apparat, and Mode Selector members Jerno Bronsert and Sebastian Seri. It's hard to pronounce because it's Szary. And to actually, this is good. This is a good music video, IRL music video. Sorry about that, Alec. This genre is considered IDM, which is kind of a stupid genre title.
What does that stand for?
Richard David James, aka the Aphex Twin,
Aphex Twin.
famously said
Intelligent
that
dance
intelligent dance
Stupid.
music. He
Thought it might have been
said that was pretentious.
Yeah,
he
it
said that
does.
was rather
It's-
pretentious to call it that, and
Yeah,
so he
because
decided to
it
coin
didn't-
his own term, brain dance.
Yeah, that's
It's
a better.
high
I mean, that's
IQ.
still
It's
in the
still like
realm
big brain.
of like, planting a flag. Like this is, you have to use your brain to listen to it. But it doesn't sound as pretentious as IDM, I guess. But yeah, this is IDM or minimal techno.
Yeah.
It's
What
pretty
does
good.
IDM stand for? I did
We were
math.
just
We
talking
just
about
said
that.
it. We just said intelligent dance music.
No, I thought it was I did math.
No.
Oh.
Well, alternatively.
But yeah, I don't know. This is one of those songs that I've just. I've probably said it before. I make a playlist every season. Like fall, summer, winter, and this is the one on the summer 2020 playlist. And every time it comes on, it's just so good. It's just one of those songs that grows on you. It's pretty simple. It reminds me a little bit of the beat reminds me of like maybe something Radiohead would do on like the King of Limbs album or something.
Yeah.
The vocals are pretty unique on their own.
This reminds me of like the Bloodhound Gang, interestingly enough.
Yeah, I get that.
A little bit, like if they were more serious.
Yeah, they're just like sick.
I
Yeah.
dig this though.
You were talking about George Soros earlier, Carl.
Please elaborate.
Yeah,
on
talk about that a
please
little bit.
elaborate.
Dude, fuck George Soros. He just sees these young hustlers, these fucking free-thinking young future rulers of the world, and he's just like, man, we can't have that. So
What did Kanye West say? I'm a free man talking
yeah, he's
in that
a
interview.
doo-doo head.
I just want Kanye to release music and
I just want
chill
I want Kanye's mom to come back from the dead, so he can be just like a
out.
normal person.
Oh my
I'm just gonna keep it real. Like after his mom died, dude, he just got fucking real weird, man.
Well, he's always had bipolar disorder. I mean, I'm not fucking
Yeah, but he wasn't
psychiatrist.
that.
Here. I don't fucking know what's
He
going on.
wasn't in like that crazy though.
Yeah,
He was kind of in check,
I think he just got more famous. It might just be
Yeah,
just
but he
can't
was always
handle
really
the
famous though. He's always been really famous though.
But I mean, like to have it for that long, it just kind of
Yeah.
he
So
evolved.
you're saying like
he's
it's like
evolving with it.
so it's like slowly like started infecting his brain.
Yeah, like he might not remember what it's like to not have paparazzi around him 24 hours a day.
Or he might not know what it's like to not have his dick inside Kim
Kim
K's
Kardashian.
big ass.
You know what I found out the other day? This is not a plug for Raycon at all, although they are great fucking earbuds. I use them all the time. It's fucking Raycons because it's Ray J. Isn't that crazy?
Yo, he's sick.
Just
dude.
like Dr.
I don't know
Dre.
who that is.
He's the guy who fucked Kim Kardashian in the sex tape. He's talking about Kim Kardashian.
Okay.
Dude.
It's Ray J.
Back when Kim
The Raycons.
Back when Kim K was like,
What? Looking good?
yeah,
this
she
album
was like,
cover just
when
someone
she was like
punching
real,
themselves
you know,
in
like a
the
real
face?
girl,
Yeah.
like a real person.
It's their actually.
fake.
Alex was asking about the album cover. It's actually their debut album. They had an EP released 2003, but this is their whole released album. It's actually self-titled Moderat, because like I said before, it's two groups coming together: Mode Selector and Apparat.
Nice.
Oh, Apparat, yeah, I'm familiar.
This is a Florida band, by the way, from Tallahassee.
Yes,
It sounds like Tallahassee.
Yeah,
I can taste the PBR.
yeah. They're stinky, smelly.
Fuck yeah, high energy. I like it.
Yeah,
Fuck the world,
they're sick,
kill
dude.
everything. So.
Yeah, there's definitely like fist fights going on like at these shows, you know. Beer bottles being thrown. Yeah. It's cool. Yeah.
Cool. So how did you find this song, Carl?
Just through like collective friends who were like who were in the punk scene and stuff, especially like being younger. Like in high school they were like listening to this stuff, like going to shows and stuff. So that's how I found out about them.
Very cool.
Yeah, they're cool. They're like South
You
Florida
crowd killed to this
South
song
Florida
yet?
legends, you know?
Yes, you crowd kill to this song.
No, I wish.
Crowd killing?
I never went to one of these shows. I wish they were like. I don't know when their last when they last went on tour, but I was like, this is like 2006 up to like 2010 or 11. You know, I never got to go to any of their shows, but they were like high energy and stuff.
Definitely.
Nice.
Oh, that was
A
fast.
very quick song.
Love the
Okay, so we're gonna cut here. And we're back. We had to cut for yet again another YouTube ad.
It's unfortunate. That's the way of the world right now. But anyway, we're listening to Lush, Desire Lines. Lush is a band that I've always heard about. I've heard a lot about, a lot of good things about, but I never actually really sat down and listened to their stuff until recently. And I've been listening to most of their material on shuffle, and I heard this song, and I thought, this is the song. Like, this is a really, really nice piece. And yeah, I mean, what more is there to say about Lush other than essential, an essential founder of shoegaze, so to speak.
Yeah, one of the pillars of the founding of shoegaze, for sure. I was actually gonna say one of the bands named on the flyer for Ozen.
Oh yeah, Lush, Slow Dive, and something else. I forget.
There was a lot like Cockatoo Twins, stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I was gonna pose a question for everybody because I like to bring some questions into the podcast. I was gonna ask you guys, what do you guys think about moshing? Because we were just listening to that Tallahassee group. What was the name of that band, Carl? We were just listening to.
Kids, something.
Kids like us.
Kids like us. Yes, Carl knew that.
dude.
Yeah, he knew that. Yeah, it's too much Gentleman Jack. Gentleman caller. Who's he calling? He's calling Carl. But yeah. But I was gonna ask you guys, what do you guys think of moshing, or like hard style dancing in
Sick,
like
dude,
in heavier music? Do you think it's sick?
You can't take the heat. Stay out of the kitchen. You know?
Moshing is really fun.
Moshing
Like,
is fun.
traditional moshing.
Yes.
I think that's probably the most friendly. Just kind of like
Sorry.
either like running around in a circle,
Yeah.
or it's kind of like bouncing
You got
off
the links
people.
that link the elbows.
Yeah. Like that's okay. That's fine. But I personally feel like there's a difference between what you're talking about and just the kids.
Hardcore dancing.
And then there's just some kids who just, there'll be footage right here.
Mosh.
But there's the kids that are just like flailing and they're just,
It's cool because like you get a lot of like you express yourself and
That's
get a lot of that
fine.
anger out and stuff. But a lot of times there are kids who just like straight up just like
they just crowd kill
they
it.
just they hate mosh. They're
That's
just
what
like
makes you feel unsafe.
trying to punish
that
you,
those
you know?
people
Like,
are
hate
around.
mosh.
In my own personal opinion, I know I sound like a tough guy over here just sitting with my friends, but I think that's just like lame, dude. When they're not when you're expressing yourself, that's fine. Do whatever you want. But when you're just like going out there to literally hurt people,
Yeah,
I
there's
don't
people who do that.
know.
Though. There's people like even in the mosh, there's the people who like push too hard or like throw some kicks and elbows and stuff. But a lot of times,
That's okay too if you're expressing yourself. It's the people who literally I'm talking about people who go to swing on the sidelines.
Yeah,
You know what I
people,
mean?
Yeah.
Like
They'll
that's
purposely
just,
like
I've
jump
seen
into
that
the
so
crowd.
many times at shows, and I'm like, why are you here? Are you scared to get into a fight, and this is like what gets you off, dude? It makes me angry. You know, it's like it's so stupid. Those type of people would never have a real fight, but are the first people to just like start. And it's so funny. I just realized that we're talking about like hate moshing to some of the most chill, atmospheric music.
Yeah, she's in slow motion.
I did not listen to a word you guys just said. I've been transfixed by this music video. That's
You
been
don't have
funny.
an opinion on moshing? When does this song come
Moshing,
out?
I think it's pretty. I think it's pretty.
pretty silly.
lame. We'll say that. I think it's lame.
like 100%, no matter what it is.
Yeah, it's pretty lame. I don't know. It's moshing is good for like high energy stuff. When we saw Death Grips, I remember that's an interesting mosh.
Dude, there's
pit.
a one
Here's
black
a-
dude who was like straight up just murdering everyone.
Because we all went to the show, but here's a picture of me, Zach, and Richard, a friend of ours, after the show is over, and we had people right behind us just clamoring, like elbows to our heads, just trying to get up.
We had
over
this
us.
dude. He was like behind my head. He was like this, and he just kept doing this.
And it's no joke.
alright.
He really was like
All right,
grabbing his
so
head.
check this out. David, Zach, and Richard, they were in like the front, like
literally
they
the
were on the
front.
stage. I was in the back in the pit, and there was this one like 6'4", like straight up just like Dennis Rodman looking dude.
Oh, I should have worn my Dennis Rodman shirt.
Straight up just like beating up on people, like getting so hyped. And then I just remember just like watching him and like fucking like pushing into him too and stuff, and just everyone was just going crazy in that show, like in the pit. I was like, this is sick, you know?
I was literally nowhere to be found at this show.
You were in Orlando.
Just could not find me.
You were
He's
in
in
Orlando. You were in Orlando, dude.
Kicking it with Europa.
Doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a cool fucking show.
It was a cool show.
Yeah, that was a crazy.
And
show.
it wasn't any
Who
different.
plays with Death Grips?
I don't think anybody played
Nobody.
with them.
Nobody opened for
Nobody
them.
played with
Nobody
I'm
opened.
so happy that we got to see them, because I remember when that was happening, prior to that, they had like canceled their tour.
Yeah.
Yes, Nine
It
Inch
was-
Nails, the Nine Inch Nails
Nine
tour.
Inch Nails
You
and
went
I was
see
for
them.
that, yeah.
Dillinger, right?
And then it was
Yes.
it became who opened it?
They
after that?
swapped out for Dillinger Escape Plan, which
That's
was
what it
kind of
was.
cool, I
Yeah,
guess,
Yeah, Dillinger's
because
sick, yeah.
because they like disbanded after. So it was good to see Dillinger. Yeah, so we saw Death Grips in Fort Lauderdale Culture Room, and we saw him in Brooklyn actually. Brooklyn
That's
Steel.
what I was gonna say. Is that
Brooklyn Steel.
we went to New York just to see them in Brooklyn Steel.
It's cool. And I
But-
don't know, have they been performing lately or not really?
Yes, last year, which is before Corona, so basically, yeah. I mean, nobody's been
That's
playing
cool,
since
but at that time,
so.
nobody knew. Like everyone, that band was like Death Grips was so volatile. Dude.
Well, imagine seeing Death Grips in 2011,
yeah.
back in
Yeah.
X Mill days. They were
Yeah.
doing like the small
When they
shows, the club
first
shows.
really was
Insane.
starting
We
to
saw
play
them in
shows.
2015.
2015,
Something like that,
2015, and then we saw because it was
saw them
after.
again in 2016, 2017.
It
I
was
think
okay. So it was 2017.
In-
We saw him in
Brooklyn Steel.
2015. It was after
In,
Jenny Death had just come out.
Where was that? It wasn't Revolution. It was
Culture Room.
Culture Room.
Yeah, culture.
Which is it still open?
Yes.
It's still.
Dude, I remember it being so hot that I had to
Grand
take my shirt
Central.
off. I was so sweaty from that show that I had to like take
Oh,
my
yeah.
shirt off. I was like,
Sorry, I was just gonna say Grand Central.
Grand Central
When I was
closed down
thinking of it,
Miami,
it's
yeah.
no longer.
Grand Central had a lot of good shows
Yeah,
at
that
that
was a good
venue.
venue.
They
It
saw
was.
Goblin played at that venue.
did.
Andrew WK I saw at that
Hell
venue.
Yeah, party all the time,
Yeah, a number of good shows at that.
Grand Central
and-
was actually in Miami. It was a
yeah,
sweet little spot.
Overtown
Yeah.
in Miami. Yeah.
I
They had-
actually
Peter
saw a
Hook.
couple bands there too. I saw Chrome Sparks, Baco Fondo Tango Club.
Yeah.
They came from Argentina. I actually saw Tori Moa there too.
Nice, yeah. I saw Animal Collective did a DJ set there, and for the opener
That's
for
right. Yeah, I was like Animal Collective, and then I saw the DJ set. and I
DJ
was
set,
like,
yeah.
"That's-
but
That's good.
for the opener for Andrew WK was Wastelands.
What?
that's
Yes.
sick.
That's
Wastelands was Andrew
that's
WK's
so
opener.
cool. That's awesome.
And
I really
Belief,
missed
I think was the
out
other
on
one.
that one show that they played. I don't remember what it was. It was maybe 2 years
Aren't
ago.
they still around?
They
Wastelands?
are. They're working on a new album or something.
Well,
Yeah, they're tight.
On separate occasions, I saw Dream Theater and Porcupine Tree at the Jackie Gleason.
now that's a
Theater
lineup.
in Miami.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Separate occasions, though.
Mm. We should be. We're gonna be starting to dip our toes into the album here.
Here we go.
Here it is.
Are we?
We are in it.
We're going into it.
We're in it right now.
We're in it.
We're not-
We're in the
to
thick
win
of it.
We're just going into it.
Oh, yeah,
Just
we're
diving
it.
in.
We're in it to win it, you know.
But it's okay
Raw
because
dog.
we've got like about a minute or two before we can
about
hear
2.5
it.
minutes.
Before we can
yeah.
hear it into
Oh,
our
yeah, before you
headphones.
can hear it.
Okay, so can we start talking about the album?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Cloudkicker, Ben Sharp, one
Cloudkicker
dude,
is a guy who kicks clouds.
Columbus, Ohio.
We gotta
Well, you
we
gotta
gotta keep
do it now.
talking. We gotta keep talking because there is no audible tone. in
I mean,
the
I
headphones.
posted kind of an allusion to this, which was the composition 1960 number 7 by Lamont Young, which
Yes.
is essentially what he's doing here,
Yes.
which is just 2 tones,
Mhm.
and you kind of hear the overtones and how they play onto each other. It's kind of a minimalistic style, or I mean, the piece is literally like he's got the 2 notes marked out that you're supposed to play, and I think it just says to be held for a long time
Yeah.
are the instructions,
Mhm.
and that's the whole piece.
That's awesome.
So it's just kind of, a question of what is music, or it's philosophical almost.
Well, it's
Oh,
a
absolutely.
very specific instruction. So
It's
yeah.
it's a composition for some foundational ambient, you know. That's it's I listen to Beacons by Cloudkicker.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That guy?
By what the fuck are we talking about? No, it's
Same guy.
Cloudkicker. But that one has a bit of an ambient feel to it too as well, and that's what I really like about this album, the way it kind of connects. You know, you can get lost in the riffs, which is his intention, I'm sure. Because a lot of it is like he's kind of painting the he's painting an atmosphere for you. You know, he's like letting you fill the canvas, but he's kind of like filling out the outer edges so you can just put in whatever you want. But
Exactly.
yeah, but I really like this intro too, because it's something that you don't get in the rest of the album. There'll be little cuts between songs, maybe after what is it, the Stormfront or whatever it's called.
The Weatherfront.
Stormfront.
The Weatherfront. That's close.
Oh, Weatherfront.
Stormtrooper.
Yeah, the Weatherfront, between that and the other one where he just stopped talking and he just started writing whatever the album title.
what year
It's
did this
the
come out?
longest album.
He would be
song
riding on the
title.
subway.
He would be riding on the subway.
What year did this album come out?
2013.
Mhm.
So this is one of his later full-length albums. This was after Beacons. This was after Let Yourself Be Huge. This was after Fade, and this is just what he came back with, after Let Yourself Be Huge.
Correct me if I'm wrong, though. Wow. That's a start.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why you have to enjoy that part, because for most of the rest of it, it's not like that. There are a little bit ambient cuts connecting the songs, but for the most part, it's full.
Correct me if I'm wrong, though. I heard that Bobby Shmurda was a huge inspiration for this album.
You know, I
That
can
makes a
neither
lot of
confirm
sense.
nor deny that claim.
I heard.
Is
that-
Bobby Shmurda free?
I heard him and Bobby are pretty tight, so good friends. So they grew up in the same neighborhood.
And you know, it's funny, I was saying about the long song titles, that seems
Yes.
to be a signature of Cloudkicker now, isn't it? Because I'm not...
No, it's just this album
Really?
that he did this on.
Really?
Yeah.
It doesn't have long on the... Because I know on Let Yourself Be Huge and Beacons it's not that long, but I was reading somewhere where it's just like, it said in parentheses, now a common staple of Cloudkicker. But I guess that's incorrect. No, that's not true then.
The song names are actually from I'm not sure, it's a collection, I guess it's a novel, but it's 1Q84 by Haruki Murakami.
Oh yeah.
So it's a dystopian novel, I guess,
Yeah.
but all of these are straight out of that, actually.
Yeah, it's like 1984, but it's 1Q84.
To play on the Japanese way of pronouncing
Yeah.
pronunciation of 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Q.
it's supposed
'Cause
to
Q
be
is not.
kind of like a parallel universe to 1984. Like there's a real one and there's like a parallel one.
Mhm.
And then she's starting to see like in between the worlds, like trying to figure out what is the real world. And that just
Right.
sounds pretty cool, honestly. And he just took the lines out of the book that he was reading, right? And he was
Mhm.
just like, that's a cool fucking line. I'm just going to make that the song
Yeah,
title.
so that's just like a basis for kind of a feeling or emotion that you're supposed to be feeling
Yeah.
to the part.
They're pretty apropos. I dig it, you know. I can't really remember off the top of my head, you know, because they are very long. But I really enjoy the last song title. You could be laughing your whole life but never find happiness or something like that.
Yeah, you could laugh forever but never be happy.
Yeah.
Never end up happy.
Yeah, that one was the most apropos for me. And you know, I'm just gonna say it here. I don't think any of us have a top 3 because it's 4 tracks.
There's 4 songs.
But I do have a favorite track. I'll just say that.
Yeah, it's got to be
Yeah.
favorites.
Yeah.
We'll say it when we get there. Carl,
Of course.
what are you thinking?
Shit's tight.
Hell
That's
yeah,
what I like to
dude.
hear.
That's what I'm talking about, dude.
So this is a very fluid album. Like if you're not looking at where the songs are changing, you know, if you're not looking at the individual tracks, then you can kind of just find yourself kind of get lost in it for
Lost
a
in the
while,
sauce.
because it'll just new song will start. Because technically, this moved on to a weather front, but I still consider this part of the warmth of the day. Time seemed like a dream now.
It's already moved there, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
already the next song.
Gets
technically.
like
Yeah.
jet vibes, bro. You know, guitar.
You could just say that Ben Sharp is a gentleman.
It's true.
He's a gentleman gamer.
There you go, Gentleman Jack for
And this
gentleman.
album is truly like a comprehensive work for him. Like it combines all his previous styles. You know, you get the post-rock of Beacons, you get like the fuzziness from Fade, and a little bit of Let Yourself Be Huge in there.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
that's the one I'm most familiar with. Let Yourself Be Huge. I can hear a lot of that.
You hear that
Yeah.
like grittiness from Bobby Shmurda, Bobby bitch.
The Discovery was his gent album.
Oh man. So we are in the Weatherfront now.
Mm-hmm.
This is the longest track on the album. This is like around 16 minutes long. I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Son. The first one's like 6 minutes maybe or something like that.
But you could split this one up into 2.
Yeah.
Or
2 movements.
possibly more.
2 movements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and Carl's enjoying the song.
I mean, a weatherfront was stalled out in the Pacific like a lonely person lost in thought, oblivious of time. So, I mean, much of this kind of just makes me think of, I don't know, like, obviously, like, weather, like rain, like a cloud just, like, passing by,
Yeah.
you know, just, like, time passing, like, erosion happening and stuff. It's like,
I think of it when I was listening to it, just like you were thinking weather, but I was thinking how it starts at like the beach and it goes inland,
right.
and this beginning is kind of like waves like crashing, you know?
Yeah, there's
Kinda
definitely
like that.
waves at certain parts happening. Like crashing upon the coast. and
Exactly.
stuff.
Yeah. This is it's a very what would you call it? Progressive post metal.
Yeah, I mean, post-metal, maybe. It's progressive as well. Ben obviously takes a lot of inspiration from Meshuggah, kind of with his polyrhythms
Yes.
and his phrasing.
To that extent, I guess if you could call it post metal and progressive, it's a bit of a reach. It's not traditional, but you could even say that there's some elements of post rock in there. But
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Given
Yeah.
the length.
I would say like the fourth one, the fourth track is the most post rock to me.
Okay.
Right? The way that it builds in of its sense. Because like I think you said it on another review of ours that post rock to you is just progressive.
Yeah, it's like prog rock. It's kind of like it's a more modern form
Yeah.
or a modern take on
Yeah.
prog rock.
Because when you think prog rock, you think 70s,
King Crimson,
60s, 80s, stuff
Yeah,
like
King
that.
Crimson, yes, all the stuff, the classics.
It's
but
neo prog.
yeah, it's kind of like a
I feel
neo
like
prog.
this is Ben's take on post-rock, right?
Right.
This is like him just being inspired by like Meshuggah and metal. I feel like he's a very metal kind of guy, and like gent kind of guy. And this is just him going off, and a lot of these riffs are just he'll start playing the riff, and then he'll add a layer on top, right? and like it'll repeat, there's another layer on top. So like it's almost like he's using like a looper or something like that.
Yeah.
He could be doing that, but
Maybe he gets
that's
to get
the way he
riffs
thinks
together.
because
Yeah.
it's just him. He's the only person, so it's just like, all right, I'm just gonna add another layer at this
Yeah.
part, and you wind up with something like this where there's like what, like 7 or 8 layers already going on.
And has he played live? He has.
Yes.
Does he play with other bands?
So he played with Intronaut. It was
That's
live with
right.
Intronaut.
He played with Intronaut.
They were the backing band, which is sick because Intronaut was my previous pick for Historicisms.
We talked a little bit about this in that review. I think so.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do remember mentioning it. So, but
That's
it
awesome.
doesn't happen very often.
I was gonna say, originally when this,
Carl, what do you think?
He's real into
yeah,
it.
Carl, Carl, I know what Carl's
They
thinking,
got a
dude.
groove going on, man. You know?
Oh shit! Carl has some sort of groove.
They got a
going on.
groove on. I got a groove on.
Yeah, he's got
That's all
some
that
sort of
matters.
groove going on.
Yeah, man.
But what I was gonna say is,
tight.
I was reading online, and apparently when this album first came out, you could name your own price for it.
You still can.
Oh, still
You
can,
still
yeah.
can?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
his whole model.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Very
everything
smart.
you can get for free.
That's awesome. That's what Radiohead did with their In Rainbows. As soon as they were done with the studio stuff with Hail to the Thief, they released their own independent record, In Rainbows, and that was their most successful record because
Yeah.
they were just like, name your price.
The beautiful thing is, you get everything off Bandcamp. You can name your price, and
Yeah.
then all his merch comes through Bandcamp. So I feel like that's going like whatever Bandcamp takes off top of it or whatever. But it's just going like straight to the artist. You know, it's like I'm ordering the record straight from him. So it's like, yeah, I didn't pay for the music, you know, but I actually bought pretty much all of the albums that I listened to. So
That's awesome.
You know, it's pretty cool.
It's a good way to.
I love this riff, by the way. This riff is huge. What are you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say that that's one of the awesome things about Bandcamp is that you can just like listen to it, preview it in length, and just go, yeah, I'll support them, you know, and get everything directly from them.
Yeah.
What was it? The CEO of Spotify recently came out and said that artists need to be working. That artists need to be working faster. That they need to be working like every 3 to 4 years. Like they can't wait 3 to 4 years rather. They need to be releasing albums quicker than that. That we're not going to be waiting for them, which is kind of honestly bullshit.
Yeah.
What, is this a business or something?
Yeah, exactly, right? What is this?
You don't care. He's just like,
he's
the
looking-
stockholders want their money.
Yeah, he's just looking at it like music is a product. Give me my product.
It's like, fuck, I need my job, you know? It's like, the stockholders like, these artists need to put music out faster, especially since everyone's home.
Yeah.
Well, there are a lot of companies that put out some of their paid apps, their music making apps, for free. I think Moog had put out their, Moog had put out their iOS and their Android app for like VST modeling, whatever, of like their old synths for free for a time. I think Korg had their K-oscillator, their mobile K-oscillator for free for a while. That was back when the quarantine was happening, and they put that out for like a couple weeks or like a month. It was free, and people took advantage of that. So, yeah, a lot of like there was a big push, I think, for creative expression at that time.
Pretty cool. Moog is one of the oldest like synthesizer manufacturers.
Yes,
Oldest, isn't it?
60s and
Yeah.
70s. Yeah, I saw their headquarters actually just recently in Asheville, North Carolina, last week, something like that.
It was where was it?
Asheville, North
Asheville.
Carolina.
Nice. That's
The
awesome.
Moger Foger.
Moogerfoger, yeah.
Moger Foger.
The grandmother, the all that stuff, the modulars. Well, anything. I could believe anything these days.
It's wild and crazy times, which is good that we have music to rely on.
Yes,
Oh, fuck.
art.
Carl Cam, specifically. Oh, that's good. Oh, you got it on the swivel. That's good.
It's good. It's not recording.
Oh, it's not?
Wait, is it?
Oh my god.
No, it's not. Now it is.
What's up with that fucking camera? I think we might
Let's do
accidentally be
this.
hitting it.
I feel like this would be playing in the background of a guy trying to convince his girlfriend.
That's so much better.
To do
Good idea.
anal.
You guys obviously noticed the progressiveness of it, right?
Yes.
Oh yes, yes,
I mean, he'll
progressive
use, like,
prog.
I think I've heard them deem like A, B, A, C phrases.
Yes.
Where it's like a first and second ending.
Yeah.
But then like the second ending, you'll like change it so it's actually different than the first ending. So he'll do that a lot. where
I hear
he'll-
these days they're calling them ACAB.
I've heard that as well. Or also a 1314 or something, right?
ANAL.
Hmm. No, it's good though. These not polyrhythms obviously, but odd time signatures
Yeah.
are really well they're nice cherries on top of the whole experience.
It
of
keeps it
this.
interesting because me personally, like as a drummer and someone who's listened to progressive music for a while, like it keeps it interesting for me, right? Because like post rock could easily get, I don't know, boring or
Sure.
you know, if you're not too interesting about it.
Yeah.
So I mean, and he's one guy, so I mean his drum programming is pretty spot on for me.
I was
really
gonna say
enjoy
that.
listening to his parts.
I was actually going to say that earlier, that there's some portions of the music that I need to be in the right setting for. Like, I'll just be honest, I'm not going to always be throwing this on, but there's definitely times, like, I could be working out to this, I could be driving to this, you know?
Right.
But it's kind of that music that you just kind of drift away into, you know?
Yeah, I think a certain amount of it is meant to make you kind of like drift off into thought.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, this is something that's like it's not like to cheapen it because a lot of people say this and it's kind of an insult, but this is something that would be fucking sick to fall asleep to. And
Well,
people take that as
background music could be
Yeah,
an
and it's
insult,
like-
but it's not. you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's like something that would be really nice to sort of meditate to.
Sure, yeah.
And really like
So
get
something-
into in the dark.
Yeah, or be active too. Like,
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah.
heavy nature vibe on all of the album material.
Like mountain biking.
Sure.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking
How about some
hiking,
fucking
like,
Carl? How about some fucking BJJ? Would you fucking?
Yeah, I mean we listen to like Papa Roach, so I guess like yeah we listen to that.
Do you really listen to Papa Roach while you're doing BJJ?
Dude,
I
honestly,
don't know.
Cloudkicker
Honestly,
would be
dude.
perfect for that
Honestly, the
kind of shit.
professor, whatever is like on his like little playlist, dude, it's just like whatever plays, and it doesn't matter. I don't think any of us are listening to it.
You just
you know?
gotta deal with it.
Do you have any input on what you can listen to?
No, I could definitely suggest some things if I wanted
Dude,
to.
tell them to put on fucking Cloudkicker, dude.
Alright.
And let us know. Tell us next time.
Put on a
And then
weather
film it,
front
and then
and
film
install
us
that on
training
the
to it. That'd be dope.
Yeah, dude. Why not?
Yeah.
Can you imitate what your instructor would say listening to this shit? Like if he's digging it, can you imitate it?
I don't think he'd say anything. I think he's pretty. Dude, his like children are like always like his kids are like 17 and 18 and like 14, and they're like always playing like you know the box and stuff or like you know whatever is like hip, and he's just like cool with it. Like he has rap playing and he's 56. He doesn't care. He listens to everything. So.
But does anything heavy like this play in the gym?
Yeah, there's some like heavy stuff, you know.
Like this?
Yeah, some heavier stuff. You know, they have like a lot of like butt rock.
They play butt rock.
Yeah, but you know it's heavy still though. You know.
Sure,
the
sure,
lyrics
yeah.
might be lame,
For
you know,
them.
or like the vocals, you know, are very corny, but it is what it is. But yeah, they listen to everything. A lot of like Red Hot Chili Peppers, like it's classic stuff, you know.
That's some foundational butt rock. Right
Yeah,
there.
for sure.
I love the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and
Classic.
I know that's just how it is, man.
Dude, honestly, they're
Yeah,
not
man.
bad. They're just too popular, dude. You know.
They're not
Just
bad.
everyone
and-
listens to them, and like the worst people listen to them. So
You know what? Since we're talking about the Chili Peppers, let me just say this.
Let me just say this:
They're-
my girlfriend said that our band sounded like the Red Hot Chili Peppers once.
Which band?
That I don't remember. Honestly, I forget which band.
Found?
What's that? What's Found?
Found sounded real.
There was a
thing.
song that we played. I remember it was called "Living Proof."
Okay,
it was
so it
supposedly
was
the,
found.
it
It
was
was living
supposedly
fun.
the
That she said that we sounded like
Red
Chili-
Hot Chili
And
Peppers song.
that's a great compliment because I love the Chili Peppers. But you know what's funny is I was gonna say that the Chili Peppers are very, what's it called? They're talented, but they're kind of limited if you like Kiedis's vocals, because his vocals are kind of
The same.
they're the same, and they're just he's got this he's got this kind of like rap.
He's got some syncopation type
going
thing
on.
going on.
And he's not like, you think of a singer like, you know, like Steven Wilson. Oh, I love this, by the way. This is
I want to get Carl's opinion on this riff.
Hell yeah, this is tight.
Carl's opinion. Hell yeah, this is tight.
The way
But
it comes
anyways,
in too. The way
oh,
it,
yeah, yeah.
I like the
with
effect
backs
too.
and
It's like
stuff.
they're like using
Down,
the
down.
like the toggle switch for the volume.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
back
yeah,
and
yeah.
forth, where it's like no volume on one pickup and then like volume on the other, so it just like fades. It's like a phaser kind of.
But just real quick to end, I heard this great remix. I'll post it right here. And it's actually a mashup of Interpol and the Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's By the Way, but it's without Kiedis's vocals, and it has Interpol's vocals on it. And it, for whatever reason, I guess it's the vocals. It just, the song sounds way better, and it sounds more serious. Like, I actually believe like what they're playing. It doesn't sound so fun and bouncy, you know, or whatever the fuck Kiedis is.
It's not. It's not. It doesn't feel like it's coming from the mind of like a fucking like heroin addict, you know.
He wasn't at the time, and I don't think we should judge people like that. But no, it just, for whatever influence his voice has, like, you hear his voice and you honestly think of every song they've ever made. So it's kind of disparaging a little bit.
He's
When
got
you
the
hear-
formula. And he doesn't stride away from it, you know.
Yeah. So when you hear this remix that I posted in the podcast there, it's interesting. You should check it out. It's pretty cool. But anyways, back to this riff. This is actually where I think, if I'm not mistaken, in the third song now.
Yeah. And this
The bass.
Yes.
This is the most powerful part of the album.
Yeah. I
Everything
think
has
so.
been leading up to this point.
This is your
So-
number one then.
Yes.
Fuck
Everything's about to evolve on top of this riff right here.
yeah. This is a good riff.
So this is about basically being enveloped by a soundless tsunami, right? So this is all your feelings, your demons, like consuming you, taking over, like you're fighting with your demons, right? And the little lead that comes in, like in the background, it's just like
Fuck,
talking from the other end.
Yeah, it's like what is it? What do they call it? Call and return or whatever it's called.
Yeah. So,
Response.
I mean, it just starts out very like
Call and
ethereal in the background,
Mm-hmm.
and once it drops, it gets real. I don't know why my mom's calling me right now.
It's getting ethereal. Mom,
getting real.
I can't talk right now.
Your mom sees a tsunami from her home.
Oh wait, but no.
She's like fudge.
Hell, can I get it?
Can I get a...
Yeah, I like the tone a lot of like the guitars.
Yeah.
Who's
It's like, It's like overdriven, but not like, you know, it's not
Right.
distorted like to the point where you can't hear it. You know?
It's not overly distorted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like very warm.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
I
Carl,
think
you were slamming this earlier, and I was like, I'm gonna kill you. Oh. Okay.
I think there's a warmth to this album, like
Sure.
throughout the whole album.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what
Oh.
kind of like feelings like that it's portraying, there's kind of like a positivity at the end of it.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that with like the last song, but
Mm.
with this, it's just like such a sad, kind of a sad riff, and everything's just kind of about to like fall apart, like drop out from underneath you when the drums go, probably next time.
This song is as well my number one. The second, I mean not the second. The last song was also very close to being my number one because I
For sure.
felt like that was a nice build up into it. It had its own little build up and release into it. But like you were saying, there's just like a lot of sad, sick riffs in this song. You know, it just kind of keeps going on. You just kind of start floating there. There you go. And this is building as well. There you go. You got the splashes and everything.
This-
I like how like simple the riffs are and everything. It's like nothing fancy or anything, but it like
Right, he's not overly technical, you know. And that was one of the things I was reading. I'm sorry to hijack your moment there.
that's good.
I was just gonna say that that was something I was reading about it. That when this came out, the atmosphere is kind of like overly saturated with all these home studio like guitarists just coming out with these overly complicated riffs and stuff like that. And Cloudkicker just kind of surpassed them in a way, just kind of like stood separate from them because it sounded unique. He wasn't trying to prove a point. He was rather trying to create an atmosphere.
Yeah, it's like it's saying it's not the amount of notes you have, it's like what you do with them, you know?
Right.
So,
Exactly.
so it's like he's taking these like, you know, chords and stuff and notes and just playing them with his fingers in a way that, you know, it sounds very unique. He doesn't need to do a lot, which is cool. It's like attention grabbing in itself. You know, it's like some people hear like a bunch of shredding or technical stuff and it just like captures you, but so does like some most simple things as well. So
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. Whose is this, by the way?
it's mine.
It's Carl's.
Can I have some?
Yeah,
Okay. I'm not a big whiskey head.
Zach, what do you think of this riff?
it's good.
Oh.
It's really smooth. You'll see.
Sublime.
Best riff on the album?
Yeah, what are you guys' number ones? I mean, Carl, you won't know until you heard the album, but...
I mean, he lets it run just so good. And then when he drops into this,
It evolves, dude.
he has a song called Avalanche on the Discovery.
Oh, I hate whiskey.
This just reminds me of just like a force of nature, you know, just like canyons being carved.
Yeah.
Just
He's
like,
letting that like E string like just fucking
Oh, yeah. Don't.
resonate, you know?
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
And he's hitting those like bass notes, like with the E string.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, no, I was gonna say, yeah, this is my favorite one. It's just there's so much. The last track, you could be happy your whole life, or smiling, or laughing your whole life and not be happy.
Yeah.
That was a close second.
okay.
I realized early on, yeah, because it is only 4 tracks, that it would be silly to be 3. But that would be my honorable mention. But yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the concept of subsume, which means to include or place within something larger, right? Encompass as a subordinate or component element. He really did that with the songs, kind of to break them up and basically make them more than some of their parts.
Right.
Absolutely.
I like this riff a lot.
Yes.
'Cause it's
Tapping.
like, yeah, because he's got like, you know, he's got the tapping. He's also got like the higher notes playing. Then he also has like letting that like E string rip, you know?
Oh yeah.
And then the odd time signature on top of it.
Yeah.
Sick.
Which is, yeah, again, we were talking that he doesn't like show off or play overly complicated parts, but some of these parts are pretty complex.
They're nasty, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once you get the odd
There-
times inside,
Yeah.
like,
There is no doubt that the man, you know, can play guitar. Or
This
can
riff.
play like, you know, can like, you know, he knows his way around 6 strings or 7, whatever he's playing with. I don't know, but
yeah, I think he does 6.
yeah, but it's like he's doing a good job of like putting like or making like a lot of tension, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. For sure. What do you think of this, Zach? You don't like this one?
No, I like this one. This one is definitely probably a close second.
Oh, you actually
My
really
number-
like this one?
Yes, I do like this one a lot.
Because it's definitely making a statement.
He's got a
this
groove
riff.
going on right now. Though.
It lasts for a
Yes.
while, so
It does.
he just does this, you know. So this is very this is a very cathartic riff to me. This is kind of just like fucking like destroying something, like just to let out.
Letting it all out.
Yeah, just let it out, you know. So it's kind of like there's a joyful element to it as well, but
Yeah,
it's
it's,
just,
it's cathartic.
there's a lot of energy.
It's like think of just like a volcano just erupting, you know,
Oh,
after
yeah.
like
Yeah.
days of just like, you know,
Building
having
up.
like the smoke and stuff and all that, ashes, and then just like boom, letting it out.
Mm-hmm. It's a natural process.
Which like if you listen to this, you kind of can like sense that it's gonna like get to like, you know, reach the fucking apex and like go down, you know, and like be like softer and like more chill or like kind of
Yeah.
resolve itself. But
Yeah.
let's keep hearing it, maybe it won't, you know.
It's the
I mean, you just foreshadowed like the next
Yeah.
song.
yeah,
completely.
literally. It's the what is it? The winding resolution.
Falling
Right.
action.
Because like obviously with any like, you know, with any climax, you always have you know, you always have to have like
The wind down.
descending, like to kind of just finish the story, or finish like what's going on. So there's always an end, right?
There is always an end. So
Sick. Strip sick.
if you guys wanted to, well, I think we're going into the last song.
He was
now.
definitely feeling that.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
absolutely. I think maybe we tried this on the last one on Friend Opportunity. And by the way, we haven't said anything, but Andrew wasn't feeling so good, so just being preventative. We tried to have him on Discord, but wherever you are, Andrew, we hope you're feeling good. On Friend Opportunity, we started reviewing the album while the last song was being played. So maybe we could give our final thoughts on the last song, and then maybe we could start reviewing the album in order. What do you think?
Sure. I mean, the last riff does go on for a while, like this riff and the last riff too.
Mhm.
So I mean, we could do it.
Sure. Yeah, this is a close second for me. This is just like a classic. This one for me is a little more post rock in its essence, or prog, I guess, because it's kind of the same. It just kind of keeps building and building, and then it just gets a little, just like most of the album, but I feel like it's a little condensed in this song. Maybe it's a little less intense or aggressive, but I like it. I like these tones. I like the mood that it sets. It's a good song. Honorable mention.
Okay, Carl's got nothing to say. That's okay.
Man,
Because
this
I
is
have to
tight.
say
Yes.
that this is my favorite. This is my favorite song.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
The last song is my favorite. It's got that variety of tones. We've got this introductory part, and then later on it comes with this other sort of spacious tone. I can't really describe these things very well.
Fuzz.
And then it fuzz, and then the crescendo, and the final portion of it is just like totally different texture, so to speak. So, it's a big variety, and this song I think is just more of my encapsulated mood. Yeah, exactly.
So you could laugh forever but never end up happy.
Yep.
Just so you know.
Yes, I know. I was like, I hope they are. Help me! Help me! Oh, this is all going to stay in.
This does kind of remind me of the title track of Let Yourself Be Huge,
Yeah.
which was his kind of most ambient, most post-rocky album. I definitely recommend it.
So you're like, you're saying for like the third song, I was like just letting it all out and like kind of
Yeah.
like exploding, like energy and stuff.
This is the.
I kind of get the vibes of kind of like if it was like a person or something like exploding and then like thinking or like thinking in your head,
Reflecting.
like reflecting whether or not like that was the right like choice to make,
Right.
to like kind of like did you gain anything from it?
Right.
Yeah, that's the kind of vibe I get from this song.
Yeah. And you could laugh forever but never end up happy.
I
Exactly.
really like that
Yeah.
that title. It's very, very, very fitting because it is almost happy to be like done, almost to like resolve itself, but it almost does have a melancholic feel to it,
Right.
Like at the end of the day, like it was a perfect day, but still for some reason you might feel a little sad or something,
Right. But like, even at the end of the day, like with the way that this song ends and kind of like the positive energy that I get from this album, it's like it's up to you, and you can always make that change
Sure.
at any time. You
Yeah.
know, it's left up to you in the end.
Absolutely. Well, I think we've set our top number ones. Carl, now that you've heard it, I know you haven't heard this whole song, but what are you thinking?
I was thinking the second one a lot, to be honest.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That is the one with, if I'm not mistaken,
The most.
it's the biggest
Dense.
one. It's the chunkiest one. It's like 16 minutes.
Yeah.
It's the biggest chungus.
It was interesting. I saw myself like grooving way more to that one than like the rest, even though like I do like the other three. This one's nice, but this one's very much like. I mean, I haven't finished it yet, so I don't know. I mean, look, it's already changing. So.
It's true. It's very true.
third one was too good for me to choose. You know, I feel like the third one was like
You feel like that might be the strongest one in your opinion?
might be the strongest one, but I don't. But it's one of my favorite for that reason.
But I was very close with Zach on this because
Dang.
I really thought this would be my top one, and I don't know, I'm still kind of split on it.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah, this reminds me of like Hum, you know?
Yeah,
It was cool. Those big, just chunky, fuzzy.
Molasses.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is very fade for him. This is kind of like a fade riff.
The
that you hear on
other
that-
album he
on
had,
that
right?
album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you guys want to start talking about the album and giving out some reviews, or do you guys want to let it play out a little bit? Or?
Sure. Yeah. Let's.
That's all right with you. I know there's going to be some more
Go for
changes
it.
coming in. All right, so I guess tradition, we'll go ahead and give our point of view and let the album bringer go last. So yeah, it's a good album. I enjoyed it very much. I would say that, like I said it already, you know, it's like a journey through memories. You can paint it any way you want. For me, it was like thinking about my past and where I've been. He allows you to fill in the canvas, like I said before. You know, all those changes, you know, they kind of just like bring new ideas. And the way he kind of like loops and layers on top of itself, it's almost like I said, journey. Yes, like you're going somewhere, you're traveling. It's kind of always metamorphosizing.
Right.
But before I give my final score or whatever, I'll give the recommendations. I've got three. The one would be Eschar. The album's called Nova. Came out in April of 2015. They're also a progressive post-metal band. They're from the UK, actually. They've been active since, I think, 2010. Yeah. Till today, as far as I know. And they've got just the two records. Just Nova from 2015 and another first record from 2010 called, or 2012 rather, called Elements. But I would say check out Nova. It's closer to this stuff. Second would be Russian Circles, their album Empros from 2011. They're like a post-metal, post-rock. I would say their sound is more aggressive than this, but it's not totally lost on it. It's very similar in the atmosphere and the changing, the kind of almost gent attitude of it.
I thought a lot of this was pretty aggressive.
Oh, it is. I'm just saying Russian Circles in general.
Even more aggressive.
Yeah, I would say so. Just a little bit. Yeah. And they're from Chicago. They toured with Death Heaven after releasing that album I recommended, Empress, in 2011, which is another band that I love that almost rides that post-rock, post-metal kind of line. But it's more of like a black gaze. But that's neither here nor there.
I did listen to Sunbather a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that record. That's the one like meme record that, you know, like is toted by audiophiles or whatever. One of
This
these.
would be very melodic compared to that sort of stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
Definitely.
Absolutely. And the final recommendation is kind of not too obscure. You can find it. I found it just like looking for similar artists to Cloudkicker and specifically this album. It's a solo artist just like Ben Sharp. He's from Poland. His name is Gru. He's also known by Gru Music, and the album's called Cosmogenesis. I heard a little bit of it, and that one's more progressive metal, I would say, and more genty. And yeah, his actual real name is Piotr Gruska. I don't know Polish. But it's pretty similar. It reminded me a lot of the way that Ben Sharp is a solo artist and he just kind of like builds on the same riff. So I feel like if you like this, you probably like that. I give the record 4 out of 5. It's a good record. Good
Very
record.
nice.
Yeah.
What'd you give it?
4 out of 5. Good shit.
What do you think of this riff? This ending riff?
It's
Carl?
nice. I like it. It's like I feel like the best way is like just accepting the decisions and choice you made. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, you know, and then there's like a relief that comes from that. Just
Conclusive.
exactly. I think 4 out of 5 is like, I think that's like fair and decent score. I would give that to, because there wasn't at any point that I was listening to this album was like, you know, didn't want to hear more. So
Yeah.
I think that like you guys named a couple genres, so it definitely was like it kind of like strayed away from, it would kind of like bounce into one genre and then go out to another. Like I heard a lot of like chant tune, like the second song that was like really cool, and I was like grooving to that. But, like for the most part, I like it. It's good. I feel like the instrumental a lot. The instrumental says a lot without saying anything. So, so yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's what I really enjoy about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
interpretive.
how much you can really say.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't need it doesn't need any lyrics, you know.
Yeah.
It's like just good.
Yeah, I loved
Hell
it.
yeah.
It's difficult for me as someone who's not so well versed in the genre of post rock, although I'm familiar with it. You know, I would say the similar artists, kind of an amateur opinion, but perhaps Godspeed You Black Emperor.
That fits though. Yeah.
You know, other things that I like, Porcupine Tree, I think as well. I would say that I would give this a solid 7 out of 10, almost an 8, but it's certainly a solid 7. So it's a 3.5 out of 5, 3.5 out of 5.
Yes.
Are we doing halves?
Yes. 3.5
Yeah.
out of 5.
Okay, so 3.5 out of 5.
It wasn't you that I was reacting to.
Oh, the ad. We're
It's just
listening to
YouTube.
another ad on YouTube.com.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
This guy
It's
is
a
in
long
like
one,
so many
too.
ads for so many companies.
Long one.
We should've
Sperm
really-
count? What are we talking about sperm count?
Soap.
Okay, I think we're back in it.
Yeah.
We had to go and endure another ad. Sorry. What do we listen to now?
Berried Alive.
Alive?
Playing Berries Alive.
Cool.
Was this your pick?
Yeah, dude. So,
You're acting like you didn't know what it was.
no, it's just pretty freaking gnarly. But listening to the kind of like metal Cloudkicker album got me back into metal a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I actually used to see these guys on Facebook back in the day. Like, they always did these like playthrough videos, so you could tell that they're like super sick. But I just never liked the name Berried Alive, and it's like a pun with like berries. So like all their like songs and stuff is like puns on like
I
like
see.
berries and like fruits and stuff. It's very random, but you gotta stand out somehow, right?
Yeah.
At first, I didn't like it just because of the tone of the guitar, like
Yeah, the
effect and,
guitar tone had that kind of like
video game.
chirpy video game tone, you know, like.
But then
Yeah.
this is like
Yeah, this is cool.
sick.
That explains the ad we got. Fucking guitar lessons.
Yeah, right.
The guitar looks sick too.
I think when it cut off, we were just finishing Zach's review. Did you have anything else to say about the album?
Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, you know,
See, he's doing
Godspeed would be
the-
the...
He's got like the kill switch. And
Sorry.
My recommendations for similar artists would be Godspeed, based on my amateur opinion, Godspeed and Porcupine Tree. And I would give it a 3.5 out of 5, a 7 out of 10. It's a really good album.
Very good.
Guten Tag. So for me, I mean, this Cloudkicker is like the most recent album that the most recent artists that I've kind of like delved into and just like gone through all their stuff. And Subsume just seemed like immediately just a very like special album, kind of just the way like the vibes that I got from it. Yeah, I mean, it rocks. If you enjoy the kind of like gentiness of it, I would suggest The Discovery by Cloudkicker. All my suggestions will be in the form of Cloudkicker as well, because I think his work is expansive enough that if you like certain parts that you could, ambient, you would enjoy Let Yourself Be Huge. Some of the more like metal and post-rocky parts, maybe Beacons, or like The Map Is Not the Territory, and Portmanteau. Hell yeah. Or some of the fuzzier parts would be like Fade and stuff. Yeah. This album is sick. I really enjoy it. It's kind of like an album-oriented album. And I give it a 4.5 out of 5.
Fuck yeah,
Nice.
dude. Cheers to that.
Hell
Good
yeah.
album pick, dude.
I don't think it's perfect. Like, I don't think it's supposed to be like wrapped up perfectly, all in a bow at the end for you. But
It's open to interpretation, you know? It's open-ended. It's almost like a question at the end, you know? Like you said, like, you could be happy or whatever you want it to be.
Looking at some serious business going on in this music video. I'm seeing fanned frets on the bass.
hell yeah, dude. Shout outs to the Line 6 HD Pod 500X. that his guitar is running through, and they put the bass through.
We're all just watching the music video now.
We're just transfixed.
Well, the thing is, it's a playthrough, and like it's fucking nasty at like tapping and all this stuff. So it's kind of entrancing to watch.
I'll probably just
honestly.
have most of it playing throughout the fucking review, to be honest. How do they get that tone?
You can just program it.
Effects. It's like
I have the pedal.
like digital
like-
effects.
Yeah, it's a digital tone, you know?
Yeah, it just
Not a
emulates
fan
it.
of it, but it's cool.
It's an easy way. Like you get that, and you don't need like the expensive amp. Like you don't need like the freaking like
Are you talking about
1960s.
plugging
like,
it into like a mixer? What are those like
You can
interfaces?
just do direct in. I'm sure this is like direct in, dude.
Mm.
Like straight through that pedal into
Yeah.
software.
Yeah, that's what one of my friends was telling me to get an interface. I plug right into it.
Yeah.
Guitar, you can change the what's it called, the amps and stuff, and like the pedals and everything. You can just like get the sound directly into the computer.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool.
You haven't done it? 'Cause I thought you were gonna do that for your guitar.
I don't know, you know me. That's so tight with my money, bro.
I feel you, bro. It's it's weird times.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful.
I would need a PC first or a laptop before I can even get that. So.
True. Been talking about that for a while.
Praying
Yeah,
for
no,
that,
dude.
dude.
I'm just
Praying
trying to
for
find
that,
the right
dude.
one. I just want to like buy one and then just be like, damn, it's like literally selling for like $700 right now.
Could have
Have
got
it-
that Lenovo.
What?
Could have got that Lenovo.
Yeah, that's
There's a couple he could have gotten. I sent him a few links.
It's like at this
But
rate,
I
might
get
as well
it.
wait till like Black Friday or Cyber
I don't even
Monday
think
or
they're gonna
some
do
shit.
Black
Cyber-
Yeah,
Cyber-
I would say wait for
What
Black
is it?
Friday.
Cyber Monday, Digital Tuesday.
Oh!
Are you?
penis pinata.
There's no way. Dude.
They're all gonna come in right now.
There's no.
Hey, that was another clean cut though.
That was a
Fortunately.
clean cut. I guess that's what we have to be grateful for.
Dude. God damn it. Alright.
I'm gonna go with the next song.
So I think we're back. We are back. We are listening to the musical tidings of Lianne Havas. She's a UK singer-songwriter. She's an amazing guitarist. This video right here that you're gonna see, I'm gonna have it playing. I found it 7 years ago. It's called Tease Me, and I was just so impressed by the soul in her voice and her guitar playing, just like synonymously, Just it's very cool. She's released a couple albums since then, but this one that she just released this year in 2020 is it's her namesake. It's just her name. It's Lianne Havas, or I guess Lianne. Yeah, Lianne Havas. And it's a nice blend of R&B, hip hop, soul. But
What's
it's
this
nothing.
song called?
This is Please Don't Make Me Cry. It's a pretty simple story or message, I guess. It's she's talking about.
Most of her songs are just pretty straightforward.
Yeah,
But like
You're familiar.
Yeah, you showed me the Tease Me, but it was her like at a festival playing it live, and
pretty sick.
it was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, they are pretty straightforward. It's just like an emotional thing, but she's just telling you how it is. It's like, don't make me cry. You
She's like
you
she
can be
does
with
it
me, but
in a poetic way,
yeah,
straightforward, but
it's very,
no second guessing. It's like
very
you know what it's
pleasing.
about.
Yeah, she's found a great way to siphon her feelings, poetically, musically, whatever. It just sounds good. It's good. And this tastes good.
Yeah.
Sweet Baby Jesus chocolate peanut butter porter. And good old Zacco here.
This tastes good. Tastes like pain.
Here.
Nice.
Hell yeah, my man's wigging tonight. What's that?
We're an American band. Dun, 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 dun.
We're an American band.
Yeah, you know that song? It's like the ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba, we're an American band. It's like weird, like 70s, like lame ass band. But it just made me think of that, like drinking like whiskey straight, It's American.
Whatever band it was, I'll have it.
They're whack, probably, yeah.
Should we have that?
keep it real.
I know it's a little meta, but should we have that where we just bring whack artists like
Well, for the
Corey
Wacky
Feldman
Wednesdays.
and
Whack
I think
Wednesdays.
every now and then,
Whack Wednesday?
every now and then for the listening
someone
lately.
picks like an album that they really like don't like, you know,
Cringy.
and then they see if the group can like tell,
Yeah.
right,
Or
or
we
they
can-
see what the group thinks about it.
Or we can look up the worst rated albums like online and then review them.
The
Just
Shags.
pick an album that you don't particularly enjoy, you know, and just see what the
Yeah.
group thinks about it.
I'm down, dude. That sounds like a fun idea. Yeah.
Angel Dust by Faith No More.
Yeah. Oh.
Wait, who?
Nah, it's bleeped.
No one.
Yeah,
No one.
whatever name he just said is bleeped. So. Oh my
As if
God.
they'd ever see this.
Whatever.
They see both
Was
of
that a
them
great
and they're
album
like,
pick?
"Woo."
Not a very good album.
That wasn't your favorite album, huh?
Not the best album in the world.
You're not.
That was a tough, like, almost
Review.
2 hours to listen to.
What was the
It was a
it
double album. It was a
long,
double album. Yeah.
Long album, dude. I'm not.
I mean, at least the Yola Tango album was like good. At least that was good. At least that was a good album.
What was the frontman's name again?
You're a double album.
Oh, Noah.
No.
Not Noah.
No.
Uh,
Frontman for Faith No More. Come on.
Joe.
oh, dude, fucking
It's so
Patton, Rob Patton something,
Joe.
something Patton.
No.
No, it's
God, it's escaping me.
I can't think of his last name. It's Joe. It's Joe.
Mike Patton.
no, it's Mike Patton. Mike Patton. Yeah,
you.
I told you Patton.
You did.
Mike
We
Patton.
got there together. That was good.
Yes.
But it escaped us for a second. Yeah, they just suck his dick. People that like Mike Patton just suck his fucking.
That
dick.
being said, he is pretty cool. What was
Yeah.
it? The Mr. Bungle. Mr.
Yeah,
Bungle
Mr.
was good.
Bungle's
I
good.
listened to the Mr.
But
Bungle
Faith No More.
albums.
Besides their fucking cover of like Sunday, Easy on Sunday Morning or whatever.
Sure.
Remember the cover near the end? That was the most tolerable
whack too,
song. But most of that album, holy
I prefer Primus personally.
Yeah, but Jesus, it was. Well, we're talking about Faith No More, but Zach, please don't make me cry.
Please don't give us another ad.
That's what I'm begging for.
Susan Wojcinski.
Please don't give us another 5-minute ad.
Please
like
don't.
20 seconds is okay, but like 5.
5 minutes and it's unskippable.
We'll see what happens.
It's unforgivable.
We're about to find out.
Nice.
No, we don't.
No.
We do not have an ad. We're good.
Fuck yeah. Carl, this is yours.
Yeah, it's Title Fight came out in 2013. Spring songs. It's pretty sick. It's like they were like this is like the start of them becoming more adventurous and like not just doing the whole hardcore sound.
More shoegaze, kind of
more
experimental
effects and
thing.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Leaning towards more like 90s, you know, like shoegaze, like some experimental sounds and stuff. So
So this
For
came
sure.
out the same year as Subsume.
Yeah.
Cloudkicker, all of it.
yeah.
That's good to see all the different kind of sounds that were cooking at the time.
Mhm.
Sick.
Yeah, I
I've
bet.
always heard of Title Fight, but I never really listened.
Seen them live. Which
Yeah.
is sick.
You've
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of heard Title Fight because there's that Jank song where it's like,
I didn't
this
see anything.
is a rip-off of
Oh.
Title Fight song.
Okay.
And it's literally that song sounds just like that Title Fight song.
Yeah.
Head in the Ceiling fan.
I've seen that. I've seen Head and something. That's from their album. Is that from Floral Green or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah,
That's the one.
they're from like Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah, they're from
Some, like,
Kingston.
Kingston.
Yeah.
It's some like random place.
You know what's
Not
crazy?
much.
Their older brother is in Cold World, another hardcore band that's just as big as them, but like just straight up just hardcore. You know, like heavy, like very hip hop influence. So if you guys want to check them out, you can. They're
Sure, dude.
They're sick. But Title Fight, I've seen them live. They're amazing live. It's a really good vibe and stuff. I'm glad I got to see them live.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did they play with anybody else live?
Played with Cruel Hand?
You like Cruel Hand.
Yeah, they're cool. I haven't listened to them a lot lately, but
They're cool.
But was another band? What is it called? Slingshot Dakota. They were kind of weird. It was like this guy. It was just a 2-piece band. It was a guy and his like girlfriend, and they were playing together. She played the drums and he played guitar.
Almost like Yola Tango. Guy and his girlfriend, guy and his wife,
Yeah.
and a bassist.
They were cool though. I can't. But Cool Hand was cool. Title Fight obviously is Title Fight. Which album was it for? It was 2013 when I saw them. So I don't think they were doing Floral Green songs. I think they were just doing like, what is it? The Last Thing You'll Forget or something like that. The first album. for the first LP, and then the second, which was Shed, I believe, was the name of it, but I could be wrong. Yeah, they did songs for that, which is cool. Because I think Floral Green had just come out that same year, but like later since when I saw them live. So yeah, which is cool. I got to see them live because I don't think they do many shows, so I don't think they like toured recently. So.
Yeah, I mean nobody's touring now.
Well, now, but I mean like.
But like before that.
In the last like past year. Or two.
Not very active recently.
Yeah.
In general.
So,
Yeah, I feel bad for all the musicians
Affected by this stuff.
big and small. You know. It's
Yeah, because
crazy.
there's not incentive.
Laptop still trying to boot up.
Cool.
Yeah. So, Lush, I was listening to a lot lately, and also this song caught my ear one day, and I couldn't stop listening to it. It's I Got to Know by Starbuck. They're probably most famous for their yacht rock hit, Moonlight Feels Right. And I think you and I know them also for that one song, She Loves You. Played that once a little while ago. But this is a really good song that it reminded me a lot of like city pop sensibilities. Obviously, the origin of city pop's inspiration being their American name, but solidly constructed verse, pre-chorus, chorus. Hey, there it is. Listen to this, just laid back.
Yeah, I remember you showing me this when you were in a very city pop mood, Beach Boys kind of stuff. This shit's fucking dope. So I think either it was you were listening to Beach Boys or I said this reminds me of Beach Boys or something, but I do like this a lot. They're American.
Yeah, I think Virginia or thereabouts. Starbuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's this cool
Yeah.
song.
Like a
You know,
lowercase
like
b.
get drunk, drink some Jack, hop into your '50s convertible Chevy, and then drive off the Hollywood Hills. Yeah.
This is very much a top-down, ride in the city kind of song, you know?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Or you could
Well,
just like
you might have
drive
said
off
it.
the Hollywood Hills.
Or that, yeah. If you've had enough Gentleman Jack, anything is possible. But you might have said it. What year?
76.
Nice.
It looks the album
It's a
cover
good
looks-
year.
I mean,
That tends to be the album year.
that sounds
For
around,
the
you know,
70s album.
74
That's
to
when I was born.
76.
Yeah, it's a good year, dude.
That's
That
good.
xylophone solo.
That does,
Ooh,
yeah.
cool. And these
Bruh.
get so much pussy, you know it.
There you go.
That's an edit.
But yeah,
Maybe a slight influence for Harume Hosono, perhaps. Who knows? Bruce.
it's a poppy sound, but it's so genuine. You know, and there's nothing wrong with
There's
pop.
good swing to it as well.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
melody.
Well, I think we're wrapping things up here, I think.
I think so.
What are we listening to next time?
Oh, yeah. Well, we're going to change things up a bit. We've had a lot of genres portrayed so far, but I think one we haven't had yet is a good old hip-hop album.
Oh.
I'm going to come to the table with Dr. Octagonacologist by Dr. Octagon, a.k.a. Cool Keith, a.k.a. Dr. Doom.
Fuck
Dr.
yeah,
Doom.
dude.
And, yeah. So that's what we're going to hear next time.
Great.
Sick.
Well, I think we'll leave it at that. Thanks for listening. We listened to Subsume, Cloudkicker, 2013. We'll see you next
We're
time.
gonna get on some UFC piece.
Good night.
Hell yeah. We got through it.
Thank God there wasn't an ad at the end there.
We did it.
Oh my God, I was scared. I was like, there's no way I can edit out the ending with an ad.
Bro, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna disconnect from the real world.
At least you warned us, I suppose. Oh,